good to go. Turn the reverb off, and we're live.
Live.
Live. Well, I see this all the time now. Live on the internet. Live in your living room or on your computer.
Just live.
At your desk.
We're just live. I'm waiting for this to connect here.
All right, Austin, Texas in the house.
There we are.
San Francisco in the house. Vicky, Dan, Kate, David.
All right.
It's all good. It's all good. You're all here. We're here in Shutesbury, Massachusetts. My son Jackson is in town. He's taken my car and he's now gone. So that's good, I guess.
Well, we won't hear them walking around or flushing toilets
That's
upstairs.
Good. That is good.
That's the good news.
That's usually what happens. And you got some birds that are getting ready to fly. Is that the deal?
Yes, well, I just wrapped up a cat sitting gig where the woman that I cat sit for, she leaves her Christmas wreath up on the front door every year, and every year there's a pair of house finches that make a nest in the wreath, and then we get babies. And depending on the timing of when she takes a vacation, I may or may not get to to be part of this process. But for a couple of years now, I have been. And this year we had a situation where the cats and I were inside looking out at the nest, and we saw the mama come and feed or visiting the nest, and we heard some cacophony out there, and then I saw something just as I was getting ready to leave from inside the house. I saw something sort of teetering on the edge of the nest, and I got a little closer, and I realized it was a little bird, like, I don't know, kind of tangled up in the twigs there, right on the edge, and he looked like he was going to fall. So of course, we don't use the front door when there's a nest on it. So I ran around the back, ran around the side, and I was like, no, birdie, no, you have no feathers. I can see right through your body. It's not time to fly yet. So I kind of flicked him back into the nest. And then I looked down and I saw his siblings on the doormat. Just these little tiny translucent bodies, and they were all alive still, or seemed to be. So I mean, no bigger than this. So I picked each one of them up and stuck them back in the nest. And then over the course of the week, I just monitored the nest from inside, from outside. We ended up with 2 strong, living birds. And just today, Eliza sent me a video where one of them got up and flapped his wings. So that's like so exciting after just 2 weeks of sleeping. Now they're about ready to go. I think they're going to go. I'm going to guess they're going to go tomorrow. But
Where are they going to go?
Well, they're probably just gonna fly across the lawn, and then their parents will hang out for a few days and keep them company and make sure they get fed. And
Do they go back to the nest after they fly?
Mostly, no, they don't.
So once they fly out of the nest, that's it. They're gone.
That's pretty much it. Yeah,
well, that
the
must
nest
be pretty vulnerable out there.
Yeah,
I would imagine.
I'll tell you an interesting thing that
Let's hear it, Tracy.
About birds.
Cannot wait.
I didn't know they knew. You're gonna like this, you in particular. So baby birds, I was watching them, I'm filming them, I have so much footage now. And even when they had no feathers and they had no eyes, they know to like back their little booties up to the edge of the nest so that it like their butt rides up, and then they squirt out a little poop and they leave it on the rim of the nest, and then mama comes in and eats it. And then then she feeds them. It's like,
why would you think me in particular would like that?
Because I thought you would you like poop things.
I don't know where you got that from.
I've known you a long time.
I don't like poop things. Although Roman, my grandson, is now making poop jokes.
Is he?
Yeah, man.
Oh my God, he's 3 this week.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Anyway.
Yes, but I thought, isn't that kind of interesting though that they just
they know
to
not
do
to
that?
poop in there? Yeah, well,
I mean,
don't shit where you eat, right?
Right. No, exactly.
Maybe that comes from birds.
Maybe it comes from birds. So I just thought that was fascinating. And yeah, but after a while, mama can't really keep up. So I think there's a time when you have to leave the nest because
it's full of shit.
It's full of shit. It's time to go. It stinks in here. Let's get out. So
all right, hang on now. We got a bunch more people in the house.
All right.
Different David, I think, is here. and Robin.
That's right, Dan. I'm giving you the straight poop on on
Yes.
baby birds.
Jackie Doyle on Old Cape Cod. Yeah, too bad we can't play that one today. Cannot play Old Cape Cod today.
Yeah, today's show, we decided very late in the game that the theme for today would be Keepers, which is songs we wrote and did not throw away. So,
We figured that would be easy to learn for this show.
but if I had really thought about it, I would have done bird songs because, you know, birdies. But yeah, so we're doing our own stuff today after several live streams focused on other people's music. We'll do a little of our own. So
Turn it inward.
am I kicking this off?
You betcha.
All right.
You betcha.
All of a sudden we're in the Midwest.
Yeah.
Okay.
How about ya?
How about you? All right. Give me some sauce and we'll make this
All right,
happen.
well, go.
La da 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 da. La da da da. Bum, bum, bum. I didn't want to burn like this, so close to the bone. No muscle left to carry it, this black bag of stones. The August heat, the autumn rain, and a winter's face of blue. These seasons keep their spinning up, but there's no sign of you. There is no sign. Richard says the whippoorwill done taught him how to go. I tell him death is just a dream. What do I know? 'Cause it's everything and nothing when the spirit cracks the sky. The flowers fold and go to seed, and no one questions why So I walk this verdant mile of memory with you, the gentle arms of Eden, and the mountain get me through. La da 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 da. La da da da. Well, I miss you like I love the sound of those blackbirds in the trees. I sit alone and wish that maybe one of you would come and visit me. But no matter how much seed I hang or what prayer I call out, I cannot bring that burden right, the Verdant Mile.
The sneaky ending.
First one I wrote
Had birds in there.
had birds. And well, I'm looking at my little list here. I think we're going to hear a lot about birds anyway.
Well, that's you in a nutshell, isn't it?
Well,
You're a birdie kind of person.
I like the birds. That's true. I do.
I got anything with birds in it? I do. In fact, I do have one with birds in it.
You do?
You're going to need your guitar for this one.
Oh. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, yes. We're going there already. Okay.
All right. So it sounds good. That's good.
Oh, good.
Good, good, good.
Oh, we got a lot of friends.
Yeah.
here.
Oh, we got the friends. You guys are our friends, which is awesome. It's nice to have friends. So we're gonna do a song of mine that I wrote with my pal Abby Gardner.
Abby, we love Abby.
And this is so she sent me the a little MP3, and it had a kind of a chord structure and basic melody, and had one line in it, and so I took it from there, and this is what we came up with. This one's called "Since You've Been Gone." When I said to you, my darling, that I'll never settle down, there's just too much fun to have from dusk till dawn. Well, you 180'd on your high heels, 'cause you didn't suffer fools or cons. Now the only thing to eat is crow since you've been gone. Since you've been gone, my mind is drifting. Everything's all wrong. Well, the fog, it just ain't lifting. The cows won't come home, the sheep won't count, birds won't sing their song. I'm a dog without a bone since you've been gone. Well, my friends say just forget her. She ain't worth a hill of beans. Enjoy this unencumbered view while you move on. Oh, but it's hard to see the future from this pile I'm sitting on. You know those beans look pretty good since you've been gone. Since you've been gone, my mind is drifting. Oh, things are all wrong. Well, the fog, it just ain't lifting. Well, my hens won't lay, my cock won't crow, and little doggies don't get along. I'm a dog without a bone since you've been gone. All right, Tracy Grammer, you can do it.
Oh.
All right. Well, if you take me back, I promise I'm on or I'll behave. I'll fold the laundry, wash the dishes, cut the lawn. I'll hold your purse when I take you shopping. I'll even do lunch with your mom. I've learned to sing a different tune since you've been gone. Well, since you've been gone, my mind is drifting. Everything's all wrong. Well, the fog, it just ain't lifting. The cows won't come home, sheep won't count, hens won't lay, cock won't crow, pigs won't oink, horse won't neigh, and my lovebirds don't get along. I'm just a dog without a bone since you've been gone. kind of a fun one. And
Oh,
it had
it's
birds
fun.
in it.
It did have birds. Chickens.
How about that solo there on that acoustic guitar over there? Tracy Grammer, ladies and gentlemen.
No charge.
Yeah, see, we got to get you to do that.
Yeah,
We gotta
because
get you to do that more
it was
often.
blazing.
Yeah, well, you got to start somewhere.
Oh, it's fun though. It's fun to try. I mean, it's like
Well, that's in the Pro Tips book. You know what it says? It says when somebody offers you a solo,
take it,
take it.
run with it. Thanks, you guys. Thanks for all the support.
Yeah, wonderful solo, Tracy. No, it was out on a limb there, out on a ledge.
That's right.
Our very own Tracy Grammer.
That's right.
Is this what I think it is? Yeah. Tell us about this song, Tracy Grammer.
All right, I got this. This song is this is from Low Tide. It's a song I picked up literally on the beach, like a broken shell you might find. Story of a broken relationship. I had a little guitar figure, but I didn't have the story. But of course, I had the story. I was living the story, but didn't know exactly how to fit it into a song. Turned into just a little shorty, but I like it. It's a mood, and I love on Low Tide. I don't know if you guys have that album, but Lauren does this beautiful thing. I mean, I got the song at the ocean, and I wanted to invoke the ocean in the music, and we did a little bit of studio trickery with that song. We had drums going all the way through the song, really light, just in the background. And then Lauren does this fantastic roll at the end, and the whole thing just kind of tumbles like a wave. And I realized that if we took all the drums out until that point, it would make a much greater impact. So these are production decisions. These are the kinds of fun things you can do in the studio. Once you have all your parts in the machine, you can move them around and cut them and make them louder and duplicate them and do whatever you want. And so, but for that one, what we did was we took out all the drums up until that drum roll. And so you get the feeling of the surf rolling in and the waves just crashing on the shore, and you get the feeling of that foam, riding up the sand. Yeah, I love it so much.
You sound just like a producer right now.
Do I?
Yeah, the producers are like wave their hands around a lot and talk about oceans and sand, waves and colors and all this stuff and explosions and
Well, you should see me in the theater.
Oh, I'm sure.
My poor actors.
I'm sure.
I'm also directing a play, but we may or may not talk about that later. But yeah, I definitely have ideas, and so that's where this song came from. And
I'm gonna, you know what I'm gonna do for you?
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna do for you.
You can put on some reverb.
I'm gonna give you extra reverb for this one. Extra.
like
I'm gonna
Christmas.
I don't sing on this one, so you can have all my reverb on this one.
Oh, do
How
it.
about that?
Do
All right.
it.
All right.
Yes.
Tell me when you're ready.
Let's see.
Go ahead.
All right. Come, tell me something you want. Tell me something you feel. I thought that was part of the deal. Love is a sea full of stars in the morning. It's the sweetness inside of the storming. Oh, but you have let go of my hand. We're always home, even standing near. But I miss you, dear. There's a closing door and a fence of fear, and I can't get clear. were always here, but you never home, and I feel alone. Such an awful ache when you disappear, and we're both right here. Now the question mark is my souvenir of these 3 long years. Were you ever Straight from the sea.
A little extra sauce on that one.
Hannah's in the house. Hi, Hannah. Glad you could join us. All the way from Santa Fe.
Santa Fe.
What you got? Sounds moody. Sounds
Well,
minor.
You got me in a mood. Maybe I'll put a little extra sauce on mine. No, I'm not going to do that.
What do you got?
Let's do a song about a coal mining disaster,
Oh.
because isn't that fun? Yeah, this is a little song I wrote a couple of years ago, inspired by a true story about a mine that had an explosion in the mine in West Virginia and killed a bunch of people, 29 of the miners. And yeah, and it's I'm not going to tell the whole story, but it's based on a true story. And I tried to use some miner language and stuff, the language that miners would use.
Lingo. The lingo.
And I put some of that in here, but the only word that you might not know is low vein, and low vein is a type of miner's hat.
It's 2 words, isn't it?
It is actually 2
it
words.
2
It's a phrase, I guess, and it's they're very expensive, and they're often handed down from generation to generation.
Like a hard hat?
Like a hard hat, but a special kind that's really low, like as the name would imply. Low vein, like a coal vein, I think. Vein of coal in mine. I think I'm not exactly sure about that, but anyway, this one's just called Coal Miner Man. 2, 3, and. Well, Daddy was a miner, digging Massey Company coal. He left for his last working day when I was 5 years old. I helped him tie his Red Wings. I put the low vein in his hand. He kissed Mama's cheek and she waved goodbye to her coal miner man. The call came from the foreman, said run another pass. Clear the sprays the next time through. Now run it hard, boys, and make it fast. The gassy coal and a dry shear sparked a fire in the mine. There's nowhere to turn when the coal dust burns. Killed all 29. You can't hide from the heartache. You couldn't if you tried. It's on the face of every loved one left behind. Well, the whole damn thing is crazy. I guess it's true what Mama said. She said we should have seen this coming. Then came the lawyers with pinky rings on their soft hands. They lined up to defend a way of life they couldn't understand. Well, there was lots of money the company paid for every grave. And one rich man served one short year. They called that an even trade. You can't hide from the heartache. You couldn't if you tried. It's on the face of every loved one left behind. Well, the whole damn system's crazy. I guess it's true what Mama said. She said we should have seen this coming. And the money, it all just disappeared. The big branch mine got sealed up. It's been that way for years. But there's a new day coming. Folks around here say it's a fact. They heard it from the president. We'll all be in the black. I say my daddy and the coal jobs, they're never coming back. You can't hide from the heartache. You couldn't if you tried. It's on the face of every loved one left behind. Well, the goddamn world's gone crazy. I guess it's true what Mama said. We should have seen this coming. We should have seen this coming. Yeah. Just a cheery little number. Bring us back up, Tracy.
Bring us back up.
Yeah, who
said
no
no
one. I'm talking to?
Said no one, anytime, anywhere.
Yeah.
All right. All right. All right. Oh.
What?
I see that my Strange Dances banner has been on the screen the whole time. So what is that? Those are the one-act plays that we're directing. It's three one-act plays, 3 student directors all doing a show, May 4, 5, and 6. That's what that is.
Oh,
across
yeah.
the
Why
bottom
don't you
of your
change
screen.
that right now?
I think
Oh, God.
that's hilarious.
Yeah.
There we go. Well, I put that up because I was just seeing what the colors look like. You can change the colors, whatever. Yeah, so there's our tip information. Of course, our shows don't have a paywall, but we like the tips. The tips are part of our income. This is a legit gig for us every month, so we appreciate when folks can contribute. It keeps us going, keeps the considerable number of lights that we are using on in this studio.
Someday we should turn the camera on the studio so people can see.
That's right.
When people visit down here, they often say, "Oh man, I thought it's a lot bigger."
Yeah, we're just in a tiny little corner of the basement. But, hey man, we're making the magic happen anyway, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
All right, so give me some sauce. Let's do this.
All right, ready?
This is a sing-along. That's your part. Wendy, I'm afraid I don't know what I'm made of anymore. Can't make sense of all these shatterlings upon the bedroom floor. There'd be no sleeping here, just blurs of sorrow through the open door. Should've warned that boy about me, should've warned those boys. Never mean to, but somehow we always spill the loving cup. It's in some passionate exchange. It's in the way I don't let up. Cannot trust myself in love. Seems I always fuck it up. Better warn those boys about me. Better warn those boys. 'Cause I bruise them, everyone. There's a hole in the palm of my love. I cut them, they run through the hole in the palm of my love. My first love wouldn't tell me why he changed his mind about our plans. A vicious word I spoke just burned the gold right off the wedding band. Kept it to himself and now the ashes flying through my hands. Should've warned that boy about me. And Andy, I'm afraid the story's gonna play out like the rest. I'll take this broken bird and hold him to my hopeful heaving chest. Sing the mountain down while God remains oblique and unimpressed. Should've warned that boy about me. 'Cause I bruise them, everyone. There's a hole in the palm of my love. I cut them, they run through the hole in the palm of my love. Chicka-cha. Two more. Chicka-cha. Chicka-cha. Should they lock me up? Oh, Andy, would you throw away the key? And let's not talk about the girl I was and the wife I'll never be. Let them cut the sword from underneath my tongue and set me free. Say something good about me. Say something good. Though I bruise them, everyone. There's a hole in the palm of my love. I cut them, they run through the hole in the palm of my love. There's a sword under my tongue and a hole in the palm of my love. Here we go. Chicka-cha. Chicka-cha. And Andy, one more thing, I'm leaving this old violin to you. For all those easy nights and emails and the honest talking to. For every lie I told, I never played a note that wasn't true. It's one good thing about me, the one good thing. 'Cause I bruise them, everyone. There's a hole in the palm of my love. I cut them, they run through the hole in the palm of my love. There's a sword under my tongue and a hole in the palm of my love. Can't save a single one with a hole in the palm of my love. Chicka-cha. 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 Just like that.
Rock and roll.
Oh, yeah.
Rock and roll.
That one's called Hole. Hole, Hole.
Yeah. Now what?
Now what? Now it's you.
I know. Now what? Let's see here. Well, let's do this. We had a gig we played at the Vanilla Bean recently, and we did not play this song, which is one we almost always play.
Oh, yeah?
Song about my childhood.
Oh, yeah. I'm surprised we didn't play that one.
I know. Well, but tonight we shall play it. Tonight. Well, it's always night down here in the basement.
That's true. We're surrounded by black blankets. Glad you guys like that one. Thank you. I'm getting in the mood to write songs again, Jimmy.
Is this music I'm playing helping you?
I like it.
Join in, won't you? Station wagons full of blankets, and Dad's whistled in a tune, and he won't tell us where we're going. He smiles and says we'll be there soon. There's 8 of us if you count Jeffrey. Barely 2, so Mom holds him. We're going crazy in the way back, fueled by the Kansas summer wind. It's 2:50 for the carload, and we park in the front row. Saturday night, we're feeling alright at the drive-in movie picture show. There's a double feature in a playground, all the popcorn we can eat. We'll place our bets who stays up the latest, and our pajamas all have feet. Dad hangs a speaker from the window. We can't get him to move his head, we spread some blankets on the gravel, makes an outdoor movie watching bed. There's kissing on the big screen. We fall asleep watching stars up in the sky. The next thing that I remember, Mom's tucking me in tight. She whispers, did you have a good time? I say, let's go again tomorrow night. It's 250 for the carload, and we're parking the front row. Saturday night, we're feeling alright at the drive-in movie picture show. Saturday and James Bond is playing at the drive-in movie picture show. Yeah, cool intro on that one.
Yeah, something different. Something different.
That's what all the pros do.
They just start
It's just some jam, and then all of a sudden you're in the tune.
all of a sudden, as people say now.
All of a sudden.
Where did that come from? How did we go from all of a sudden to all the sudden?
All of the sudden.
That's not right. It's all of a sudden.
Well, but some people say all of the sudden, and they just shortened it to all of a sudden.
But I think that has changed recently. I never heard that until like the last few years, all of a sudden. Let's talk.
Well, supposedly.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, I'm hearing it all of a sudden. And it used to be all of a sudden.
Yeah.
I don't get it. Is it a West Coast, East Coast thing?
Maybe. I don't know.
Is it regional?
All I know is at some point, this was years ago, I heard somebody say "my bad," and it was like the first time I'd ever heard it, but everybody had been saying it for years, but I never heard it.
Oh, you never heard my bad?
I never heard my bad. Well,
Your bad.
I think it's originally a sports thing. You know, when you make a mistake on the field, he's like, "Oh, my bad." But anyway.
Robin's in the house. He has never heard all the sudden. All the sudden. The
All of
sudden
a-
isn't
all of
a
a sudden.
thing. It can't be all the sudden. It makes sudden a noun. It
Well,
doesn't work.
Well, supposedly, that's just what I'm just saying.
Supposedly.
Yeah.
For the
That's-
simple
you
fact
know, that's
of.
what, yes, that's, people say supposedly all the time.
Oh my God.
Did I say all of a sudden? Is that how this came up?
You said all of the sudden.
All of the sudden.
You said all of the sudden. It's
Well,
all of a sudden.
that's what's in my brain. I also say huge. I mean,
He does say huge.
Me
But
and-
do
me
you
and
say
Bernie-
herb or herb?
I say herb.
Okay.
But in England, they say herb.
And we have someone with us from England.
I know. Well, let's get them to verify this.
Yeah, isn't it annoying? Aunt Bonnie's with me. She says no.
All of a sudden.
All of a sudden. Who says
All
that?
of a sudden.
Yes,
Well, I
it's,
mean,
that's what people are saying. All of a sudden instead of all of a sudden. Is it an age thing? Is it a generational thing?
no, everybody on here is saying they never heard that before, and they're all my age.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Maybe it's just me. Maybe I said it.
Interesting.
Maybe I invented it.
You
You know what I thought? This is true. I thought I invented, now we're cooking with gas. Like I said that one time, I was like, that is brilliant.
You thought
'Cause I'd never heard it before, and I started saying it, and people were like, that's great. Nobody else had heard it either, but then, yeah. Anyway.
I remember in college, my boyfriend Sonny, he came up with natch for naturally. Like, of course you're going to do that. Like, well, I'm going to go to the store, natch. And he thought for sure
He invented that.
that was going to be a thing. And I was like, no, that is never going to be a thing. And then I saw it, I think, in the San Francisco Chronicle or something. This is back when I was in college. And I was like, how did he? He thought he invented it, though.
Well, maybe he did.
No, I don't think he's got that kind of pull. He doesn't talk to enough people to influence the language that much. Although, you know, it is fascinating how language travels and changes. All right, so here's a moody little number.
Well, you're going to need some reverb for this.
I'm going to need some reverb. Yeah, but not crazy, but yeah.
Was it crazy the last time? Was that too much?
No.
All of a sudden, okay, now we got a whole world started on
I know,
this thing.
Steve. I said that, and then I was like, "Wait, what part of speech is sudden?" And all of a sudden, or all of a sudden, I don't really know. I don't know. Bad English major.
Oh my God.
Someone will get to the bottom of this.
Well, I think you just did, didn't he? All right, let's play the music.
All of a sudden, it's time to play
All of the
songs
sudden.
again. Let's do it. This is a true-ish story. Actually, this is a true story.
Ready?
That's what woke me, this bully wind pushing the night around, making the trees to sway and moan and crack, losing pieces of themselves that they can't get back. And in the morning, we'll leave the twigs in the street. We get shoved through the crowded corridors of the human continuum, the bully hustle pushing our attention all around and into them. Funhouse reflections, cold projections, fragile faces, glances and gazes, and fleeting connections. And every eye within every eye is like a mirror that doesn't bring us any closer, or higher, or clearer. And in the end, we feel so incomplete. Our little twigs just lying in the street. I went full killdeer in the 4th grade, bandage on my face, specially and strategically placed. Bruises hatching under my clothes. I could have cried harder, could have flapped louder, I suppose. But I didn't want to have to. His hands had been rough, and I thought my Band-Aid alarm was enough. Oh, it's not our fault. We're blind as an elephant's knee. Every last one of us is broken like trees. Write what you love, tell me what you see, so I sing of the backlit wing of the chickadee and the dizzy perfume of the viburnum in bloom in the springtime over on Emily Street, and the final twitch of a cricket dying on a garden leaf, and the raw and incomparable beauty of fresh grief. That's what woke me, this bully wind pushing the night around, making the trees to sway and moan and crack, losing pieces of themselves that they can't get back.
Moody. The good kind. Yes.
That's called, I'm not sure what it's called yet. Sometimes I call it Twigs. On the set list, it's called Twigs. On the page, it's called What Woke Me. but it might be something else. It might be the Bully Wind. I don't know. It hasn't settled on a name yet, but that's one of the ones I wrote for the 2021 Real Women, Real Songs. Just came out of a dream.
Just came out of a dream.
It did. I was half awake when I wrote it, but I like that about it.
Yeah. So we're gonna do just one more. Or are we gonna do one more round, or what do you want to do?
Let's do one more. Let's do dun dun dun.
All right.
Yeah.
That means I have to think of one. Oh, let's do, well, let's do this. Keep it dark.
Dark is good.
You're going to need your violin.
A violin.
All right.
So,
Indefinite sudden A, not the. We're still on that. Alva, that's good. Nate Smith. Alva sudden.
all of a sudden.
Alva, like Alva Stone.
That's right. That's gonna. Maybe that should be my pen name. All of a sudden.
All of a sudden. Oh my God.
All of a sudden, food for thought. Dan.
That's pretty good. Oh my God.
Okay.
What we started. Here's another true story, kind of. I actually got the idea for this chorus from the Blues Brothers movie, where there's a scene where they have to go back to Chicago to do something, I forget, and so they get into their cop car, and they say, "We've got half a pack of cigarettes. It's 100 miles to Chicago, and it's raining," or something like that. They like list these things, and then they say, "Hit it, take off." So see if you can identify where that comes in the song.
I already know that.
I know you do. All right. Sound of the Whistle Blow is the name of this one. Lights come up, the lights go down, and I'm a singer in between. I count my cash by the dashboard light. I hit first gear and leave the scene. Town to town, night to night, big crowds or small, I do the show. A 10-hour drive for one on the stage. It's a crazy life, I know, but I love the sound of a midnight train, smell of the road after the rain. A full tank, half a pack, and 1,000 miles to go. I race the sound of the whistle blow. Now when I'm gone, life at home goes on. My son knows 10 new words. He cries for me in the middle of the night, and my wife lets him sleep with her. But I love the sound of a midnight train, smell of the road after the rain. A full tank, half a pack, and 800 miles to go. I race the sound of the whistle blow. got the dough, well, that's where I go. Sometimes I feel like a whore, but a gig's a gig, and I can't complain. Well, I don't get gigs anymore, but I love the sound of a midnight train, smell of the road after the rain. A full tank, half a pack, and 600 miles to go. I race the sound of the whistle blow. I race the sound of the whistle blow. Now I'm emotionally spent.
Did you like the way did you like that last note? That was you going down the highway.
I did. I liked it.
Like,
The you gave us the Doppler effect. Yeah.
How about them?
Yeah.
Hannah wants to know if the chords are available to that song.
Yes, there's A minor, C,
Not
F,
a chart,
G, and
Jimmy.
a D.
A chart.
There's not a chart, but if you write to me, I will be
I'll
delighted.
hook you up.
I'll hook you up.
He's good like that. Let's see here. All right. I'll play another song about my childhood. My childhood as a laborer in baby bedding.
Child laborer, baby fit.
I was. I remember being in the living room with my mom with all these quilts out in front of us. And, you know, back in the, I guess this would have been end of the 70s. Everything had yarn ties in it. All the quilts had yarn ties. You know, do you remember that?
No.
Just like a little yarn knot.
Yeah, no, I mean, I can picture it. But
you know, and so my mom would get her needle, her big needle, and she would poke, and just run a long thread through, and then snip, and then I would be like tie, and it was like the challenge was to keep up, tie as fast as she was threading it. I don't know, and we would sit on the ground in front of the TV and watching like General Hospital or something and doing this. Not that I was really watching it, but that's what was on.
Well,
probably with the dogs around, like walking all over the quilts. Like,
was it during the Luke and Laura era?
Oh yeah, Luke and Laura. Yeah, all that. But yeah, I worked for my parents as a young person, and I wanted to. I liked to. I was when I worked for them, they loved me very much. I got a lot of strokes from being a good worker. Just like I got a lot of strokes in school from being a good student. And so I sort of made it my business, and this is a trait that carries over to this day, to know everything about everything. It related to the things that I'm involved in, to have a finger in every pie, which is why things like producing or directing are so fun for me, because I get to do a little of everything. And it was that way with the family business. And so I worked there from the time I was 9 till I was about 17. Either after school or in the summers, it was full time. I still have some check stubs where they were paying me $5 an hour. Worked there in our old secretary's handwriting, Pam's handwriting, and I used to just pack up the stuff. I would inspect it, pack it, seal it in a bag, put it on the shelf, count the stuff on the shelf, ship it out. And in the summers, my parents would hire the sons, the teenage sons of some of the ladies who sewed for them, to come and work in the warehouse with me and with a couple other people who were, full timers, and we just had like this really crazy crew back there. There was one lady that was like practically 100, and she sewed ruffles all day long. Effie sewed the ruffles, just bags and bags of ruffles coming out of the sewing machine. And then Diane and Vera May were at the packing table, and I often worked with them. And then Jeff and the boys, they were there'd be different boys every summer. And so I had this kind of rotating cast of big brothers. And when the prompt came up, Letter Jacket, I thought of one in particular who I missed, and for a whole bunch of reasons, who I was missing in my adult life and really wanted to talk to, only to find through a not that extensive search of the internet that he had passed away quite young. So I wrote this one for him for our summers together at Gramco. It's just called Gregory Dean.
Ready?
Yeah. Gregory Dean, we met when I was 12 years old and you were 17. I was a stringy-haired overachiever. You were the captain of the football team. We worked all summer for my daddy out in Abilene. And Gregory Dean, amid the buzz and the smoke and the heat of the big machines, I'd be singing with the warehouse speakers while you acted out Caddyshack scenes. Kept me laughing like a fool hyena, Gregory Dean. Gregory Dean, you told me all the boys my age were just dumb and green. Said love would take a while to find me. Don't bother with a high school scene. You were always looking to protect me, Gregory Dean. It was a summer like no other, a time I won't forget. I'd had a lot of work, big brothers, and you were the best one yet. Gregory Dean, I didn't have to tell you how it was with my dad and me. When he busted through the back door screaming, you put yourself right between. Even Mama didn't dare to cross him, Gregory Dean. It was a summer like no other, a time I won't forget. I'd had a lot of work, big brothers. You were the best one yet. You were right about love, you were right about Daddy wasn't really angry, just a little bit lost and sad. And you were right about love, it took a good long time. I wish that you could meet this beautiful man. was a summer like no other. You were my very best work brother, Gregory Dean. Gregory Dean. Gregory Dean. There it is, Gregory Dean. He really did he kind of broke my heart, actually, when I was 12, and he's like, you're not going to have a boyfriend for a while. I was like, what? He's like, guys your age, forget about him. Guys your age, it's not going to happen. And I'm like, what? And then he turned out to be right. That was weird. That was weird.
Well, 12. I mean, that's pretty young, right? To
Yeah, but
have a real boyfriend.
well, no, I know, but he was just like, it's not. He was saying like it would be way later.
Yeah.
Late bloomer is what he was saying, and don't bother. Really, don't bother.
And that was because of the boys, not because of you.
No, that was because of me. I think he was like, you, nah.
I didn't.
Because my best friend, he was like, oh, she's fine.
Really?
Yeah, actually, he ended up marrying her.
Oh.
Oops.
Man, this is.
It's a crazy story.
There's some incest going on there.
No.
Well, I don't mean in. Yeah, I mean I just mean it's small. It's small circle is all I mean.
Yeah, the circle was small. It really was.
That's funny. Well, let's Okay, let's go.
You didn't know that part.
Let's wrap this big dog up.
All right. So before I go, while we still have these people's attention, I do want to mention that I have some upcoming shows, and we have some upcoming shows. Do we have any upcoming shows?
We do, but it's a private show.
Oh yeah, it's a private show, Doylestown, Pennsylvania. But after that, the weekend of May 19, 18, 19, 20, 19, 20, 21. It's on my website, tracygrammer.com. I am going to the Midwest. I'm going to Wisconsin, Cafe Carp. I'm going to Chicago, Old Town School of Folk Music, and I'm going to Ann Arbor, to the Arc. So I'm very excited about my little Midwest run. And then in June, I will be playing Godfrey Daniels in Pennsylvania on the 2nd, and then on the 17th. No, and then on the 11th on Cape Cod at Easttown, Massachusetts, and then on the 17th, just booked in Middleburg, New York, at the very tiny get your tickets now kind of show at Walt Whitman Books. That's an afternoon show on a Sunday.
Didn't you do that not that long ago? I mean, a couple
I
years
do
ago.
that one. Yeah, I do that one pretty regularly. I love it. It's so cute. But it only seats like 25 people, so you have to get a ticket early. But all the dates are on tracygrammer.com. What do you have coming up?
I
Jim
got
Henry?
the Threesies, the Fabulous Threesies, got a show coming up at the end of May
Oh, good.
down
Where-
in Holyoke at the
Gateway?
Gateway City Arts.
Nice.
And then I'm doing all through the summer. I'm playing at the New City Brewery once a month with the New City Opry Bluegrass Band.
Oh, good.
Gonna get
You're
the
doing
Dobro
that.
out. Yeah, that's gonna be a monthly, once a month thing, and that's all I can think of at the moment.
Excellent.
Doing recording here at the house, of course. Anybody's interested in that, give me a
Oh, yeah.
shout.
Jim Henry is an excellent producer. He's been producing records for people. He did a bunch during the
Did
pandemic.
a bunch during the pandemic, working on one with my good buddy Johnny Jolson.
And you got an opening now. You could probably take on another one
I
now.
could probably take on another project. But so we're going to leave you with this one. This is the perfect closing song. And it's a true story, mostly a true story about a place in Texas that I played many years ago.
Yeah, thanks for joining us this afternoon,
Yeah.
everybody. We're happy to see you here. We hope you're all well and, happy and healthy and all of that. And
Yep, getting ready for summer.
that's right. And we will see you again next month. I believe it's the 30th. We haven't decided. Oh, we were going to do you want to do that?
Yeah, we're going to do cheating songs.
We're going to do cheating songs next month. That ought to be fun. So if you have suggestions, do not hit us up the day before the show. Tell us now, and we'll put them on the list.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
that'll be fun. All right, let's wrap
Cool.
this up. Thanks for listening. Well, the Cowboys are winning. The bar is doing okay. They won't mind paying me to play. And I'm 10 days out on a 2-week Texas tour. I hit San Antonio today. This is a genuine roadhouse on the outside of town, the newest old dance hall around. And they like songs about Texas and most things by Willie. They let the kids and the dogs run around. And there's a sign on the back wall behind the bottles and stools announcing the closing time rules. It says you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Leave your change for the waitress and finish your beer. And we all hope you have somebody you can hold tight. But when it's last call, well, that's it for the night. There are $1 bills stuck to the ceiling. The table legs wear boots and blue jeans. There's a cowboy in the corner, and he can't rope a cowgirl. His pickup spits dirt when he leaves. Now here's 2-year-old Ruby. She smiles at me while I'm playing, but runs away before Mom can catch her. And everyone works here or knows someone who does before long. The bar is self-serve. Bartender asked me to make the last call, so I read from the sign on the wall. I say you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Leave your change for the waitress, finish your beer. We all hope you have somebody you can hold tight. When it's last call, well, that's it for the night. And now it's last call, so that's it for tonight. All right, thanks to everybody. Thank you, Tracy Grammer.
There it is, another live stream.
In the books.
On the books. In the books.
In the books.
Done.
Completed. Finito.
We'll see you next time, everyone. Take good care of each other. Take good care of yourselves. And happy spring.
Yeah. Have fun out there.